us continue with the questions. Now, observe here, in ethics part, I already suggested you go through all the videos, all the topics that we have discussed. Now, we have discussed in a systematic manner. Now, after going through all the videos, then attempt the questions. Now, see here, your questions will not be on the respective topic that I have dealt. It will be interlinking. And also, you have to draw out the secondary points, which exactly implies the definition. Then you have to answer. This is what the toughest task in ethics topic, right? Drawing the implications and drawing the secondary points which exactly matches the definition is the toughest task. Go through the question bank that we have discussed and then you will be very perfect in answering these questions, right? Now, let us start the question. Engineering ethics applies the general definition of ethics to situation involving, it seems. Now, this is a general question and you are asked to see what generally engineering ethics applies for, right? And the situations involving. Now, which option satisfies? Now, I will repeat the definition also. Engineering ethics encompasses the more general definition of ethics, but it strictly applies and more specifically to the situations involving the professional lives of the engineers. Am I right or wrong? We are not discussing about the personal ethics. See, the question itself, we are dealing with engineering ethics. So, what's your option there? Easy picking. Your C option satisfies the answer. Right? Done. Next one. Consider the following statements with respect to microethics. Now, this is your previous IES question. Now, microethics, which deals with your ethical things at personal level. This is what I have discussed in the video. And you are asked to find out the correct statement. Right? Now, engineers everyday problems that can take on significant portion in an engineer's personal life. Now, B. Engineers everyday problems that can take on significant portion in an engineer's professional life, it seems. Now, which of the following statements are correct? Now, see here. What will be your answer there? Now, engineers, both personal and professional life plays a significant role in defining engineering ethics. Am I right or wrong? Now, we are speaking regarding engineers. Till now, we spoke about the ethics at personal level, organization level in the previous video. Now, we are in specific to engineers. Now, as I said, microethics will look upon to the personal level. In particular to the person. Now, both statements represents about the engineers, one person's life, about his personal and professional. Now, your answer is both A and B. Right? Giving more and more explanation, right? Consider the following statements with respect to macroethics. Now, as I said, what is macroethics? Dealing the ethical situations at public life, right? So, you have to look the ethics in the point of public, not about your personal things. Right? So, what will be your option there? It deals with problems which affects the society on regional scale. Perfect example, right? Perfect definition. A is correct. It deals with problems which affects the society on national scale. Yes. Again, it is perfectly right. So, your option is both A and B. Done. Which of the following is not an inquiry in engineering ethics, it seems? What's your option there? Which option satisfies? Moral problems. Now we are speaking about engineers, so we'll speak about engineers only. In order to understand the moral problems about engineers, there are three inquiries. Now, one is normative inquiry, one is conceptual inquiry, and one is factual inquiry. Right? In order to deal with the problems regarding the engineers, you have three types of inquiries. normal inquiry, now conceptual inquiry, and the third one is factual inquiry. Now we have discussed all these things in the video itself, definitions, and I given the examples, right? Now your question is not an. So which option satisfies? Decisional inquiry is not an inquiry in engineering ethics. Which of the following is a negative notion of engineering ethics, it seems? Now which is the thing? Aspirational ethics, preventive ethics, all of the above, none of the above. Negative notion. Now automatically see here, the option itself gives you answer. Your B option, preventive ethics, deals with the things that an engineer must not do. Now which gives a negative impact. So your option is preventive ethics. Right? Done. Got the answer. Next one. What is the study of decisions, policies, and values that are morally desirable in engineering practice and research, it seems? Now what is your option there? One easy thing. This is what you will learn about in engineering ethics, right? Got the point clearly? What consists of responsibilities and rights that ought to be endorsed by those engaged in engineering, and also of desirable deals and personal commitments in engineering? The topic itself, we are dealing with engineers, so your option will be what? It has to be engaged in engineering, it seems. It has to be engaged in personal commitments in engineering, it seems, and also desirable deals. So your answer will be engineering ethics, right? Next one. Engineering ethics are set of behavioral standards that all engineers are expected to follow. Is it true or not? Yes, it is perfectly true. This is what the topic is explaining you about, right? Next one. Miss X is an ethically centered production engineer. So she will ship a product. Now she is ethically centered, it seems. Now ethically centered means she follows all the rules, all the guidelines. Now which option satisfies this? Only after all its problems have been eliminated. Now see here, all. Now this itself will give you the answer. So your option is E. Only if the shipping people use packing material that does not harm the environment. Now see, this is only a process in the production, right? Now how can you answer B? Only after an ethics committee has approved it, it is also a process. As quickly as she can to meet customer schedule. No, these are all a part of process, not complete things. Now she has to deal with the all things. Now your option number A satisfies the answer, right? Closely observe things. Next one. What is not the aspect of fairness at workplace? It seems not an aspect. People should be straightforward with each other is an aspect. Now you have to consider this as an aspect. People should be impartial. Yes, this is an aspect. There should be community atmosphere in the workplace where sights of others are respected. Yes, this is an aspect. Now, use of manipulation to get good work out of subordinates. No, this is not an aspect, right? Now I think you are gelling free to answer the things, right? Now upon doing some questions, you can get the feasibility to answer the questions, right? Now conceiving engineering as a social experimentation means, right? Now what does this exactly means? Now one secondary most point that you have to draw here. There is a need for good engineers for the organization. Now it is a vague thing that you cannot consider this. There is a need for good engineers for the environmental protection. Now you are concerning only one part, right? Safety, public welfare, environment protection, all these things have to be considered. Not only this. Good engineers are needed as they should not act in narrow self-interest but as guardians of public interest working towards social welfare. Now see here, this social experimentation definition exactly matches with your C option. Easy pickings, right? Next one. Which of the following is not a moral dilemma faced by engineers, it seems? Problems of resources is a technical question. Now it's not a moral dilemma, am I right or wrong? Now this problems of resource will be based on cost based approach, right? Now you can call it as cost benefit analysis. Then it is not a moral dilemma. No, problem of vagueness, problem of conflicting, problem of disagreement, all these comes under moral dilemma, but this will not comes under a moral dilemma. It is a technical term, right? Now how can you go with moral dilemmas? Next one. Engineering ethics is the study of decisions, policies and values that are morally desirable in engineering practices. Yes, your statement 1 is perfectly right. Engineering ethics consists of responsibilities and rights that ought to be endorsed by those engaged in engineering. Yes, your second statement is perfectly right. So your answer is both are correct. One general definition is given there. The overall goals of preventive ethics is to improve quality by identifying, prioritizing and addressing ethical quality gaps on a systems level. Yes, this is what the exact definition of preventive ethics says. Prevention is better than cure. Right? Now your first statement is perfectly right. Now, preventive ethics does not combine quality improvement techniques with ethical analysis. Your first statement says that you have to prioritize, identify quality gaps. Now how do you find out these quality gaps? Only with this quality improvement techniques. Now your second one is wrong. So only yes, 1 is correct. Statement 1 is correct. Right. Next one. Engineering ethics is not an activity nor a discipline that aimed at understanding the moral values that ought to guide engineering practice, resolving moral issues in engineering, and justifying moral judgment concerning engineering, it seems. No, it's an activity. Now, your first statement is wrong, right? It is an activity. Now, a primary concern of an engineer is safety of the public that will use the products and device he designs. Yes, this is the primary concern, right? Now, he has to look upon this. Statement 2 is correct. No, only S2 is correct. Engineering ethics are needed because they guide the engineers in their role to the organization. Not only organization, it is only part of the definition. They make engineers socially conscious of their decisions. Yes, your B statement is perfectly right. Socially conscious means you will think about the entire things. They can increase the productivity, only one part. They can improve the image of the organization. These all C, D, A says only a part of the things, not complete things. Right? So B option is your answer. Which one of the following statements is not correct? Now you have to find out not correct statements. Right? Engineering ethics are set of behavioral standards that all engineers are expected to follow. Yes, it is right. Engineers shall perform services only in the areas of their competence. Yes, this is right. Now see here, this is a previous IAS question asked. Right? You have to read Code of Ethics perfectly. One question will be there on this. Engineers shall issue public statements only in an objective and truthful manner. Yes, perfectly right. I have given all the Code of Ethics in the video. Go through the video. An engineer should be loyal towards the organization even if the organization is involved in wrongdoing. Being loyal to them serves the same goal, the moral good of the employer. No. See here, even involved in wrong. This is not the correct statement, right? Now see here, this is where you get a concept called whistleblowing. When your employer is not doing correct, then automatically you have to blow out the unethical practices happening in the organization. This is what we have discussed. Observe the question given there. Assertion and reason question was given here. Engineers should have knowledge of ethical dimensions of engineering. Yes, the assertion statement is perfectly right. Assertion statement is perfectly right. Engineering rules do not encompass every situation. Often the rules only set limits within which decision must be made. Yes, this is perfectly right. Engineering rules do not encompass every situation. Often the rules only set limits within which decision must be made. Right? No set of rules or policies can anticipate every ethical problem that may arise, and even the sincerest engineer need help to understand the ethical aspects of some situations. So only ethically aware engineers can correctly apply ethics rules in complex situations. Now this is what the explanation, right? Now see here, your both statements are correct and your reasoning is also perfect explanation to assertion. So your option is A. Come to the next one. Most of the firms and companies like to hire ethically trained engineers. Yes, perfectly right. Ethically trained engineers are more marketable. Yes, perfectly right. Right. Now see here, now there is a concern for the engineers who have both public and organizational interest. Now they are well trained. So automatically see here, this is the correct explanation to this. So your answer is A and R are true, and R is correct explanation of A. Right. Next one. An engineer designs a small structural steel building. Now this is a type of question which you have to observe case and study approach, right? Now see here. An engineer designs a small structural steel building for a client using pirated structural design software obtained from the internet. The engineer later learns that the software gives accurate stress analysis for tension but does not properly predict buckling of columns in compression. The computer program is patched and a revised analysis shows that the building is not as safe as first believed. An extreme snowfall could cause the supporting columns to buckle up and the building might collapse completely. Such a severe snowfall occurs about once every 10 years. Now what should the engineer do? This is your question. Now what will be the engineer? Destroy all evidence of revised analysis and hope for good weather? No. Your A statement is perfectly wrong. Contact the client, discuss the problem and tell the client to sue the software developer. Now this doesn't help the construction building, right? This is an aftermath analysis. Hire a good defense lawyer for the association's disciplinary hearing against the engineer for negligence and unprofessional conduct. Now this doesn't give anything that help for the building, right? Now your C option is wrong. What should engineer do? Contract the client, disclose the problem and try to negotiate a way to reinforce the columns. Now see here, your D option is completely a clear explanation and ethical explanation to the given question. Right, done. Select the common values between public and private sector, it seems. Now what are the common behavior? Honesty and commitment are the common values to both public and private sector. Public interest is public sector value while quality and design is private sector value. Am I right or wrong? Now see here, honesty and commitment are the common values for both public and private sector. Now quality and design will be looked after the private sector values. Now already I given this, public interest will be for public sector. Right. Now what's your answer there? Only 1 and 2. Got the thing? Yes. Now, we wish to be good citizens of every community in which we operate. Now, what is this called? We wish to be good citizens of every community we wish to operate. Now, this is called ethical code. Right? Good citizens means we are working for betterment of the society. Now, it is an ethical concept, so it does not require any law, right? So, how can you choose these options? No, you cannot choose this. These are ethical codes. Now, if you are only legally bound, you behave very well. That doesn't depend upon your behavior, right? Next one. Consider the following statements regarding profession. Now, you are asked to find out which are correct statements. People enter into a profession voluntarily. Now, is it correct or not? Yes, perfectly correct. Nobody will push them, right? Professionals serve praiseworthy goals by morally permissionals to act in some way. Right? Professionals serve praiseworthy goals by morally permissible means. Professionals serve praiseworthy goals by morally permissible means. By morally permissible means. Now see here. By morally permissible means. Right? Now your second statement, yes, perfectly right. This is the correct explanation, right? Now there are some ethical standards which obligate the professionals to act in some way that goes beyond what law says. Market, morality and public opinion would otherwise require, right? Now see here, if they are morally permissible, now they do it, professionals serve their goals. This is what we are explaining. There are some ethical standards which obligate the professionals to act in some way as per law, morality and public opinion. No, this is completely wrong. Exact opposite to the second statement given there, right? So your answer for this question is 1 and 2 only. Right? Next one. Assertions and reason. Next one. Many ethical decisions are not made by any individuals. Yes, perfectly right. It's not about one individual opinion. It leads to monopoly if one individual opinion is taken. Reason. Legal and company rules determine much of what an engineer may or may not do. Yes, perfectly right. And this is the clear explanation, right? So automatically your answer is A. Both A and R are true and R is correct explanation to A. What are the key values of engineering as a profession, it seems? Now this is an easy answer, you can find it out. Safety, yes. Human progress, yes. Partnership with nature, this is what I have explained you. Public health, safety and environment conservation are the key values of engineering as a profession. So your answer is all the above. Consider the statements. Community is central value in engineering ethics. Right? Now, community is central value in engineering ethics. This is perfectly correct. Community is a group of persons working out a joint moral mission through common institution, practices, relationships and shared experiences. Yes, perfectly right. So your answer is both 1 and 2 are correct. Done. An occupation to become a profession must have extensive training. This is what attitude, aptitude, we have all dealt this in detail in the videos, right? Now what will be your answer? Extensive training? Yes, perfectly right. Significant intellectual component of work? Yes, you have to consider this. An important service to the society? Yes, perfectly right. Room for autonomy in one? Yes, you have to consider all these. So your answer is all the above. Next. Out of the following, which of the roles played by the engineer is the best model for the profession, it seems? Now which is the first one? as a savior of the society. Now it is only a part of the profession, you cannot consider that. As a bureaucratic servant, it is also a part. As a social servant, it is also a part, not completely. As a social enabler and a catalyst, yes, this is the correct role played by the engineer for the best model for the profession. All the remaining options show you only one face of the profession, right? Now this is what you have to focus there. Now, what states the moral responsibilities of engineers as seen by the profession and as represented by a professional society, it seems. Now, see here, the term here, moral responsibility. Now, what you have to consider here. Now, it includes duty of profession as well as a human being. So, instead of professional code, now see here, this moral responsibilities includes your professional things and also societal responsibilities. Now how can you say your D option is correct? No, it deals only with this one. Now complete things, code of ethics will lead you to both the things. So your answer is code of ethics. Done. The main purpose of code of ethics is to, what is the main purpose? Improve the image of the engineering profession? No. To safeguard the public? Yes. This is a perfect answer. The primary task is to make honesty with the public, right? Conform the tradition established by other professions? No. Conform to the tradition established by technical societies? No. In between the engineering profession extremes of working solely for the interest of stockholders and working to solve social problems is the position of being. Now see here, solely working for the interest of stockholders and working to solve societal problems, it seems. Now first, the basic thing for an engineer is to be balancing between professional and social programs. Am I right or wrong? Now you have to balance between your profession. I'll write it as profession. This is what I have discussed in the previous question also. And you have to balance your societal things also. Now extreme things are always detrimental to the society. Now what will be your option now? Professional and social balance, right? Got the point. You have to be in between. You have to balance this. Next one. Consider the following statements. End result is important in a profession. End result is important in a profession. Now, what is the main property of a profession? I mean, the definition, what it deals. Now, in a profession, goals should be morally praiseworthy and achieved by morally permissible means. Yes, a profession should be worried about the public good. Right? Now, see here. Which of the following statements are correct? It seems morally praiseworthy goals may be pursued by professionals by morally permissible means. Yes, perfectly right. Your second statement is perfectly right. End result is important. No, end result is not at all an important task of not means. Should be worried about personal good only, not public good. Perfectly bluntly wrong. So your answer is only 2. Which is the basic principle of ethos of engineering services? Your basic question. Now, ethos is nothing but, what is the exact definition of ethos? I mean dictionary meaning, which is nothing but belief. Now, ethos is a belief which focuses on some ideals for a nation, community, or the organization. Now, it develops our character. Now, what is your answer there? Cooperation is powerful instrument for teamwork and success in any organization involving collective work. Yes, perfectly right. Holistic approach indicating unity between divine, individual self and the universe. Yes, perfectly. Immense potential, energy and talents for perfection as human being. Has a spirit within his heart. Yes, perfectly right, right? Perfectly right. So your answer is all the above. Done. Thank you.